Hi everyone, this is Maria. I collect succulents and I also volunteer at the Botanical Garden Potawatomi Conservatory in South Bend, Indiana. My friend Amanda and I volunteer every week, and today we're here with our husbands to do a few projects. The biggest one is going to be trimming the pencil tree that we have in the desert dome. Over the last 6 years we have been volunteering. We have done a lot of projects, some that we are absolutely proud of, and some that we're not sure completely about. And for me, this area here that we created of euphorbias, I'm not 100% sure about. I don't know why. Maybe because it's a little bit smaller area. I am considering moving this one to the desert dome and then maybe doing something else here. I'm going to show you a few more planters that I think need to be redone. So this planter has been created, I think, under a year ago by Amanda and me. And as you can see, it's really overgrown. I feel like some of the plants are a little bit competing. I would like to redo it. So that's the one that I'm thinking about. And if you come closer, there is some smaller plants like this agavoides that are not even visible, or this kalanchoe plant. Let me show you one planter arrangement that we did that I really love, but there is one plant that actually I don't think it's suited for the arrangement, so I think we need to take it out. All right, so this arrangement here is one that I really enjoyed making. If you haven't watched a video where we made this, I'm gonna put a link in the description so you can see it. I love aloe, and when it blooms, I love these agavoides. And actually, they have been happy here even though it's such a harsh sun. But this Ionium was brown for probably 6 months, was constantly getting burned. I didn't know that this one's going to be so sensitive to facing south. So I want to take it out and probably add another agavoides. Amanda suggested Fred Ives. I think Fred Ives would look really nice too because it would add a little bit of color, purplish tones. I don't think we have big enough right now, so maybe we're not going to do it at the moment. But yeah, so that's the plan to fix. The string of pearls that's here has been getting burned a lot too, but it seems to be surviving. And this one we constantly have to trim because it just loves it here and grows really aggressively.
So here is Euphorbia, a pencil tree that we are maintaining every 6 months. City of South Bend has never maintained this tree since I have been volunteering there, and it used to be much smaller when I started working. This was not there when I started working volunteering 6 years ago. So there is few problems. We have density where pests multiply, and also dropping these sticks in the middle of these agaves where it's really hard to access them and clean them, and we like to keep the space clean, so we don't want to allow that. So we don't want it to grow above agaves that are so big. It's a bigger project whenever we are doing it. So today Amanda brought Josh, her husband, and I brought Jeff, my husband, to help us out. And maybe cut a little bit more than we normally do.
Cool. This is much better.
So you can see this is just from first half an hour how much we cut. Dead parts, then some new growth, but just a lot. Now, in the Euphorbia section, we're ready to move this Euphorbia M-neck. You can see how tall it is, taller than me. Amanda was very nervous. So we started first by removing the rocks around it. We were fortunate that the root system was not as big and deep. So when we started shoveling, using shovel, it really went pretty easy out. and it was less heavy than I expected. Since we always, for cacti and euphorbia moving, use some kind of fabric or like tablecloth or bed sheet, we usually wrap it to protect the plant and also to protect ourselves from needles and sap. And in this case, we really didn't have any cuts and bruises on the plant. We did such a good job. Amanda and I together carried it through the conservatory, because the desert dome is all the way at the end of the conservatory. So we wanted to make sure not to hit anything and damage the branches. So here we are in the desert dome. I was looking at 3 possible spots. This one right here, then this one closer to the blue agave, or right here next to other euphorbias that will grow tall, and yucca tree. But I think that's pretty crowded, so we ended up deciding on the first spot. We left the camera for a moment so that Jeff can help me get this over the fence into Amanda's hands. We just didn't want to, like I said, damage it. It's so beautiful. We are moving it from a very cold spot, so I believe this is going to be much better. It's in front of the heater, and we tested one more time the spot we want to put it in, and we decided it's a good spot for it. So I'm just removing rocks, starting to dig a hole. I saved all the soil by putting it in the bucket so we don't make a mess on the rocks. We're really trying to keep the space orderly. Both Amanda and I like not to see any debris or soil mess. And yeah, it was actually pretty easy because the soil was pretty airy and loose. So this moving of Euphorbia MNEC was much easier than we expected. We rotated it just in the right way, and then I added the soil. We filled the hole and fixed the rocks, and I'm just so excited we got to move this one. I'm so happy it's there in the desert dome. When you move euphorbias, you make sure to wash them just in case there is some sap. We didn't notice one spot that had a little bit of sap, and so we washed it off because it can leave a stain. So let me show you another area we need to work on. These 2 agaves. When we got them, they were so small. The size was this was about the size that we got them, and so over the few years you can see how big they got. So we have a problem that they're really wide. They have a lot of pups coming up, and then they're covering significantly these cacti. So I decided we just have to remove this bigger one to allow the other pups to take its place. And I also wanted to quickly show you how pretty these aloes are. Look at those purplish tones they're getting, and then orangish blooms. It matches so nicely gasterias that are next to this area that have some similar green-purple tones and orangish blooms. It looks really pretty. And then this cactus that has like a purplish edges. They all look very nice. So back to this area, agave area. We started with knife that we use for bigger plants. I was the first one cutting, and honestly I gave up pretty quickly because I felt like I was not making any progress. It was such a thick stem. Then Amanda tried it a little bit longer than me, and she wasn't making progress. And then I ended up bringing another tool, handsaw, that cuts through a little bit thicker stems, And then she tried with that one, and that didn't work out. And then Jeff took over, and he used the handsaw and help us out.
Okay, it feels like you're halfway. Wow, sweetie, you're really making progress. Past the half. 2/3. 3/4. Almost there. Okay. Okay, you did it. All right. Okay. I think we can pull it. Just bottom. Grab the bottom. That's yeah.
So there it is. It's done. Now Amanda and Jeff really struggled to get the mother plant root out. This was hard work. They eventually succeeded, and we then ended up cleaning debris from the other agave, just straightening up a little bit the area. It looks so much better. It opened up the space in these cacti. Guys, whenever I do maintenance and I cut some of these plants, I do feel sad because it has to be done because they are just overgrown. But it's always hard when you have to cut the plant. By the way, guys, look what we finally got here in the Desert Dome. Amanda and I have our own sign, Design and Maintenance of the Desert Dome by Maria Johnson and Amanda Reitner since 2018. Did I say your last name well? What did you say? Why did you escape? You're supposed to be here with me. That's okay. There's Amanda. Does not like camera. Like, yeah. Very excited. We're supposed to say, if you have extra dirt, you can put it in that hole back there. Where we got the Euphorbia. But if you need soil there. Just a little. Okay. You can use that. I didn't mean the close-up, just... So this is where I think this cutting would fit in well. Its entrance, it gets cold during the winter time. It's going to tolerate it better than this aloe. This aloe actually has been doing pretty good. But this is a mess, I think. You don't see anything anymore here. So yeah, I want this one redone. I'm going to start by just pulling this ionium out. That was easy. And then I'm going to take it to the plant room. I already pulled Echeveria, Kalanchoe plant, and Ionium out. Amanda will now pull these Trindescantias. They're really big. And then I think we're going to move this beautiful aloe and place this cutting. I might not take out this Ripsalis here. Just leave it there. Is it really deep?
It's really deep.
Good job. That's heavy, probably. It's so beautiful, though. If we didn't have that agave, I probably wouldn't move this one. It's just so pretty.
Okay, you're
It's
not
coming
recording
out
right
really
now.
nicely. I am, but that's okay. But this is too heavy for me.
Let me
Maybe if you grab the...
shake some of this.
that part. That will help. And we can just place it in the plate temporarily. Okay. All right. Have a little aloe here, a little bit of debris. Yeah. Do you think we need us more soil, or might
Yeah,
be
probably
a little bit?
I'll go grab it.
I think that's good. All right. Just need to make it more stand. Yeah.
Do you want it off center like that? Or
Yeah, maybe a little bit this way. Yeah.
good?
Mm-hmm. That's
Should we
better.
rotate the pot so that's on this side or?
Yeah, you mean this to be up front, the ripsalis? So this Ionium, as I said, it's not going to do well here during the summer. I'm just going to go ahead and pull it out and then replace it with this Echeveria. Maybe I'm going to need my two hands, or maybe you can just pull it out. I think it might go. Oh, wow, those are some big roots then. Oh, it looks nice. So we have some debris to clean here. We're going to need some soil, I think, a little bit. But this is the debris. This is all from Ionium. So I want to clean it up well before I place this one in. There is a little baby aloe that has a little root. I'm going to take it out.
One more?
I think it's good. It just needs a little soil here. I'm just going to... Oh, I poke me. Okay. Isn't that better?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember. Oh, yeah, yeah. That was right there.
Oh yeah.
We had a rock here. Like this or something like that. Okay, well, we can come back when we come back on Thursday. We can see if we need to add a few more. So this is it for today. With projects, we're just watering everybody that needs water and going home.